Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is a live recorded Zoom call from my team inside the Phorm App where we dig into every single little detail there is to know about how to use the Phorm App most efficiently. So if you are not already inside the Phorm App, go ahead and head to my website, click the link in the description below to download the app today, and we can get started working on your goals. All right, so the whole point of today's call is to go over the app and like the tips and tricks of everything like I've learned, and you guys can share anything like that you do that I do different, so I'm gonna share my screen and you'll be able to then see. All right, well then here we go. So this is your dashboard, guys. You got up here the challenge, how many days are left, of course. Underneath that you got your daily tasks. Now this is like a great little power list tool to be using, right? I got to hit my protein. I got to track my macros, got to drink my water, got to work out, got to hit my 10K steps. And then you did them all, right? And there is a spot now. I'm pretty sure I can't get to it, but there we go. Edit. You can still edit your daily tasks to get in whatever you want to get in. All right. And so if, hitting your supplements has been an issue for you, cool. But working out's normal, switch it, right? If drinking water is no problem, cool. But if you want to start reading, add it. And then it changes it for you. Weekly tasks. So we got photos, weigh-in, and body metrics. Now, on Sunday or Monday is when the take assessment will populate. Okay. And I've heard from all you guys that when you do it, and then Monday rolls around, that basically it unchecks it. And so it's pretty confusing because it's a new week then, and it thinks that you haven't done an assessment for the week yet, but you have. So if you do another one, it's absolutely no big deal to me. I'll see them both. It doesn't add extra work or anything. So if like you're scared you didn't do the assessment, go ahead and do it. But that's where that pops up. And then once you take your photos, like that check goes away. Cool. Today's nutrition. I haven't tracked my second meal yet, but little snapshot of it. Steps for the day. And then we got the live stream. So this is where right here on this first one is where it turns into the live at 9 a.m. So you will be able to like click it and go live at 9 a.m. there. All right. So that's the compounding effects of good choices. That was from today. And then you can scroll over and there's a few more. But if you want to see all of the live streams, click view all, and then they're actually searchable. So if you wanted to search for something on protein, all these things on why protein is important. And like they go way back, 2020, 2019. The more recent ones will be probably a little bit better, but still there's plenty there to learn from. And they're great to listen to on walks and stuff like that. So down a little bit more, you got your daily motivations. Sometimes I put these on my Instagram stories, typically it's coming from athletes. I made it on there once. It was nice. And then below that, you got your week in review. So how did you do last week? And it lets you see like, oh yeah, you hit protein, calories, fiber. How'd you hit your water? I don't know why it's not highlighted, but every day you went over. Workouts. I promise, guys, I work out. I just don't track it very well because nobody's looking over my stuff. But this is where you can see like your week in review. And this right here is very similar to what I see on the back end while I'm going through your assessment. So it's really simple for me to just be like, oh, okay, Rob hit protein calories every single day. Or he didn't track on the 14th. What's up, Rob? What happened on the 14th? Well, the 14th Saturday, and he probably went off track. The thing is, though, if you like retroactively track, because like if you eat the same thing every single day and you like retroactively track, once the week rolls over, it doesn't show up on that. But I can always see it anytime you make a change. So don't worry about if you don't see it. If it's there under nutrition, I can see it. I hope that made sense. Old weigh-ins, and then join our Facebook group. don't know if that leads to my Facebook group or the big one. So if somebody ever tests that for me, let me know. I'm curious. Any questions on the dashboard? All right, well, moving on to activity now. So we got a few different things in here, right? You got up top, you got all of your workouts that are in your program. This is like your calendar up top here. So if I go to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it changes the workout based on what day you're on. So Tuesday, I had, well, Tuesday's when I ran. Let me see. Must have been Monday's workout that I did. Yeah. Monday's workout was a fast 5. I ended up doing it on Tuesday. And then like today's workout, the runs are different. And I'm using the road to the marathon. So yesterday's workout, which I'm doing today, intervals, I got 3 and then 2 and then 1. But you can click on the workout and see it, and then you can start it. And the other thing is, like, I can be on Thursday today, and I can go to Wednesday, and I can start this workout, and it'll be completed for the day. Mark complete for the day, right? So you can shift what days the workouts are on. And then if you ever want to, like, hey, because this is what I do, you know, on the days where I'm not doing a run, because there's a lot of rest days on this road to a marathon plan, I'll go down to browse, and it pulls up all of the other programs. And so what I've been doing is I come in and I go to, I like the traditional bodybuilding. Personally, I like those. And like Monday, I ran chest and arms, and I did this workout just because, like, hey, my plan had a rest day, or, you know, what if you don't have time to go through that whole chest and arm workout? Okay, well, let's find something quick. 30-minute EMOM. Yeah, that'll work. And then you go and find a quick one, right? I think the beginner might be a little bit shorter, honestly. Let me go look. Beginner. Nope, they're 30 minutes as well. There's another 30-minute EMOM. But I mean, like, if you want to look up one workout for one day, go to browse and run it. Custom. This little custom button right here. That's where you go and you type in what you did. This is where I love for you guys to put that you did your 45-minute walk. And then all you got to do is hit mark complete, and then I can see it. Okay. Because I do not see, or at least I have never figured out how to see this walk timer up here. I've never figured out how to see this. So, like, yes, you guys can absolutely use it, but like, I can't see it. So when I'm looking through your workouts, I can see when you type in that custom workout that you did that 45-minute walk. All right. Also, under the custom workout, for those of you who do CrossFit or follow some other plan, you can take a photo or upload a screenshot of whatever you did do, right? So if you want to take a photo of the CrossFit board, absolutely. Easiest way to do it. And I love that. Okay. But whatever goes into the workouts is what I see. Cool. Cool. And how to pick a new workout, you go to menu. Under the settings here, activity, and I'm on the road to the marathon. 9 more days, guys. And so, like, what plan would you like to do? I'm going to move into the traditional bodybuilding, and then I'm going to go into the strength and muscle. Those are the two, like, I like to flip flop, because it's like working on the big 3 and then working on your size. So I flip flop those during bulks. I mean, there's so many you could choose from. Hero training, got a Murph prep for May. These add-ons down here, glutes, core, and arms, great to add on. However, the tech is not there to run them concurrently. So you would actually want to go to browse, find the add-on you want to do, and run it for the day. Like, if you're ever like, hey, I got extra time, let me run a core workout, just go to browse and find it. Or if you want to grow your glutes or work on your arms, go find those. Okay. But that's how you start your new workout plan. If you want to swap out some movements, so like if you don't have a leg press machine, right, at home, or wherever, change it for goblet squats, and it'll automatically do it there for you, right? What else is in here? We got the step counter. So if you guys are not on the leaderboard and you want to be, you got to enable permissions for this app to pull the data from your phone's health app. All right. This is where you set your daily goal. That was my September goal, which I averaged just above. I made it. Thank you, Marathon Training. And then your walk timer, you can change it there too. Oh, and there's your rest day right up top. Like if you want there to always be a rest day on Tuesday, that's where you find it. And that should be just about everything for activity. Questions on workouts, activity, how to track it. Will browsing, selecting workout won't change your current plan? Correct. So I could go in and hit browse and run this workout today when it loads. Do this workout today, and it's not going to change my current plan. And then I'll hit mark complete because I did it. Dues paid. I'm glad that's back. And now I did that workout, but my current plan is still up here for today's workout, Road to a Marathon. Yes, Alex, that is correct. I can't see the timer. I don't know why, or I don't know how. I've looked, but yeah, just type it in there, you know. And for those of you who, you know, I mean, Alex is a power lifter, right? So I know he understands how to do a good leg day. He could honestly go under custom workout and type in legs 50 minutes. And that's good enough for me. If you have the data to be like 658 cals, and then you can be like, hey, new PR or something, you know, give me some information that I'm like, okay, yeah, Rob did his workout today. And I'm going to be okay with it because I know like you're tracking it on your journal, even if you're not running one of our programs here. Cool. If you do run one of our programs and you should be tracking it, your reps and your weight right here, right? And then next week, when you come back and do this same kind of, what's the word? Plan, like, because it'll be like deadlifts again next week. You hit that info button and it will tell you, hey, historically, you've done these reps, these sets. And then you know that you should do a little bit more than that next week. That's that info button right there next to deadlift. It tells you how many you've done before in the past. It also has sometimes a video and some how to do it. So all good info there. I saw a question from Rob. Where'd it go?
It was just asking, do you read the notes field? So like I'm using traditional and
Right.
I put the extra stuff I do in notes. Is that just for me or do you read those?
Nope. The notes is a great place to put your walk as well. So like if I do this whole workout and then I did a walk later, the notes is a great place to put it rather than putting a custom workout in.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I do. Just want to
Yep.
make sure.
I can see those too. So like you guys could put down here like, hey, you know, my back started hurting and I couldn't finish deadlift or whatever, right? Sometimes I don't look at them too closely, but if I see some text, typically I'll read through it. Any questions on that? No? Cool. All right, before I dig into the nutrition tab, we're gonna go back to the settings and kind of dig through more settings. You got your profile there. Goal weight, it would be the biggest thing that I would ever want you guys to change in there. So like if we go from trying to lose weight to trying to gain weight, update that. That way I don't come back next week and I'm like, hey, Rob, yeah, we're working on getting down to 190, even though you're trying to go up, right? Because then it's just, sometimes it's hard to remember everybody's goal. And so if you could update your goals for me, that always helps. Contact info. Sometimes First Phorm likes to send out things. Sometimes I like to send some things. And that's where you could actually update your contact info if you wanted. Now, nutrition information, guys, menu settings, nutrition, customize macros is where you can go and customize your own macros there. Typically only do that when I tell you. And then nutrition plan. All right. This is where like you can set your activity level, your goal, but once those things are set and you're rolling, like there's no need to change them. Like we'll change them when it's time to. But you know, if you've been working and you're going, like there's really no need to change them. This is more like kind of beginner setup. Reminders. So you can get, you know, reminders like I need to do for 75 hard setup. Daily reminders to work out. What time do you want it at? Do you want a reminder to stay on your nutrition goal, your weigh-in, your photo? Do you want to be able to see your checklists up front? So if you don't have that daily task list up front, that's probably why, because you don't have that enabled. Notifications, guys, I'd highly recommend you have these on for my chat, my announcement, at least. Okay. You know, live streams are always great to jump into, but at least when I send you a message and when the announcements come out. All right. So you can also send your week in review to your email if you'd like. And then you can change your password, but everything else in there, see what else we need to see in this. This is, of course, where you see the announcements from me. If there's a blue dot, that means there's a new one. Where you drop me as your advisor if you ever want to. Take assessment. You see how it has a clock, 3 more days until it opens up. That's how you know it's not open yet. Live streaming, also where you go and you see all of the previous live streams. Same spot. You got my photos, and that plus right there is exactly where you can take a set of photos without the assessment. Okay. That's also where you find the spot to upload that essay that I asked for everyone who's in the challenge, or submit a video if you'd like as well. Body metrics, that's where you can upload the measurements as well as your weight. And then we got my foods, big one. Oh, I skipped the step leaderboard, but that's where you see that as well. My foods is going to be a big one. Okay. I've done quite a few over the years, but basically custom food is something that like I created, or like, hey, they didn't have the applesauce I'm eating, so I'm going to go and create my own applesauce, right? They didn't have the baby Dutch yellow potato that I'm eating, so I'm going to go and create that. And then it's searchable every time I eat that, right? Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets, right? You know, one nugget is X amount of calories. I believe those macros are actually 5 nuggets. But, you know, I couldn't find it, the exact one I wanted in the app, so I went and created my own. Same with like, I get the same spicy chicken sandwich with no butter on the bun, because you can do that in the app. And those are the macros for it. Meals now. So when I eat the same thing every single day for a while, I just tend to create these meals that I copy paste all the time. So like I eat the same eggs a lot. So like 2 eggs with half a cup of egg whites, 2 pieces of bread, and however much butter that is, probably 1 tablespoon. And then you can save it as a meal and you label it something that it's searchable. So if I go to add a food today, and I know I ate my egg meal, boom, there it is. The egg with 2 eggs, 0.5 cups of egg whites, and 2 tablespoons of butter on my toast. Or is it 2 toast with 1 tablespoon of butter? I forget right now, but there it is. And it added all 4 of them immediately for me. Setting up little cheats like that is the best way to do it. Oh, and a lot of people always ask how to delete something. I'm sure everybody here knows, but you swipe to the left on it. If, say, later on, I had more eggs, but I didn't have this whole meal, I could just go copy and add that to meal 3. And there it is, copied over to meal 3. If, say, I had this meal and I'm having it again tomorrow, copy meal to Friday, meal 2, save. And there it is on Friday, meal 2. If I perfectly hit macros today and I would just want to eat the exact same thing tomorrow, 3 dots up, upper left, copy entire day over to Friday and save. And it copies a whole day over, so you don't have to go and input everything again. And then maybe you just changed out breakfast. So let me just delete breakfast and add whatever breakfast I did have. So when you copy paste, save meals, create meals, it makes tracking nutrition a lot easier. One more thing in that My Foods, the recipe builder. So let me think. There you go. Meatballs. Pretty straightforward, guys. We did like a meatball bake or something, but I added everything in that I used, right? So I had beef, I had spaghetti, Parmesan cheese, breadcrumbs, milk, eggs, onions. And then it created a dish that was 2,656 calories. If you just cut that dish into 4s, each portion's going to have about 664 calories, 50 protein, 63 carbs, 24 fats. And that's the easiest way to do it. You could, weigh out each portion, make sure it's perfect. But if I know I'm going to eat all 4 of those servings over the next 4 days, it's going to even out and it's going to be okay. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's really it for the recipe builder. I mean, like you throw whatever you want in there. I made like a pumpkin spice muffin where I did Kodiak cakes, pumpkin spice, 2 scoops, 2 eggs, 1 cup of Fairlife milk, made 6 muffins out of it, 151 calories each. So back to nutrition. Really easy, guys. For those of you who don't track your water, but you drink it all, like, hey, I finished all 4 of my bottles. I know I did. Cool. Hit the plus, scroll to the bottom, add. Done. That way I can see it. Otherwise, I'll get on you. All right. Nutrition. That's about it. Any questions on it? Anyone else notice my phone says 941? Why does it say 941? Cool. I was like, whoa, it's 940. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Any notes on nutrition? I mean, like using those recipes, building your own foods, it helps a lot. So like, which makes no sense, but First Form collagen doesn't pop up when you type in collagen. So I made my own. So now when I type in COL, there it is. Collagen, First Form peanut butter, because it's delicious. And then look, I made a meal because I do chocolate banana and peanut butter collagen almost every day. That I made myself a little meal. So now I just hit the one and there it is with chocolate banana level 1 and First Form collagen. So less finger taps, less time on my phone, more efficient. Any questions on nutrition? See, there isn't options for raw chicken versus cooked chicken. So it's a good point. Now, the best thing to do is just be consistent with your raw versus cooked meats, okay? When you go in and you do, let's see what happens when you type in chicken breast. You got raw chicken, and is this one cooked? Let's see the difference on macros here. Try not to do one breast because breasts, they vary in sizes, guys, all right? 1 ounce, 34 calories, 6.38 protein. Let's go see what 1 ounce of this one is. This is how you do it, guys. You just check to see what it all is. There you go. 1 ounce is 46 calories with 8 proteins. So when you cook a chicken breast, it gets lighter, right? It loses moisture. And so that 1 ounce of cooked chicken is more protein than the 1 ounce of raw chicken. Does that make sense to everybody? If you cook a chicken breast, it loses weight, and so the protein's still there, but the water's gone. So that 1 ounce is still, well, that 1 ounce of cooked chicken is now more protein. So 8.79 in the 1 ounce here versus the 6.38 of the 1 ounce of raw chicken breast. So if I were going to build a recipe and I know that I put in 16 ounces of raw, I would do 16 ounces of raw. And I know that I put in about 100 grams of protein, right? But then if I do a recipe, you know, I do a buffalo chicken recipe where like I just take the cooked chicken that I have in my fridge and I do 16 ounces of that, boom, 140 grams of protein. So there's a big difference in raw versus cooked. Okay, beef. That's a good one too, because I don't think there's been a cooked beef, at least a good one. %93 lean beef. So this is going to be a raw, okay? But the best thing about beef is it comes in these perfect 1 ounce packages. And I know that I'm going to divide it into 4s for my patties, or I cook a whole pound and then I just divide it into 4 and put a 4th into each bowl. So I know after I'm done cooking it and I divide it into 4s, it's still going to be 4 ounces because 16 ounces per pound divided by 4 is 4. So beef is, no, there's no cooked weight here, but it's much more easily divisible. And like, you know, I do patties all the time because I love cheeseburgers and the buns are my carbs. So I weigh it out raw, 4 ounces, cook it, and I know that it's still that same 4 ounces of beef. That makes sense? Is that usable?
No.
And the same goes for like 80-20 beef or 90-10. It's all the same. The thing is, like, I don't understand or know how much fat gets cooked out, right? Obviously, less fat is cooked out in a meatloaf compared to a burger because the burger, it drips out. The meatloaf is in this pan and it all gets reabsorbed, right? So those are little nuances that I just don't care to deal with, and I just go with the raw fat content. If I get a little bit less calorie, that's cool. I do it the same way every time, and I'll get more next time. And it all works out. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and leave a comment.